welcome back to my channel. I hope you all have been doing very well. I'm going to be taking a look at June, see what's ahead for June. So if you have seen my videos before, you know the drill. You pick your deck, whichever deck resonates with you, and then I'll take a look week by week and see what's going on. Okay, so we have my Cat Tarot, the new Messages of the Mermaids, and the Wiccan Fairy Tarot. So it's up to you which deck resonates with you, and yeah, if you need to pause this, pause it so you can figure out your deck. Now, it could also be just messages that you need to hear for what's coming up for next month, not necessarily what's going to be a play-by-play of the week. So we'll see what happens, because I noticed that last time when I was doing the month reading, what happened was that it was more of like what was going to be coming up for the whole month, which was a little bit different than what I'm used to. So we'll see what's going to be going on for you guys. Pulling the Cat Tarot first, so I'll be pulling 4 cards from this deck. And we'll see what's going on for you guys. Alright, so for your first week, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? It's a reminder that although you can see all that nice abundance coming through, or you have an idea of what's coming through for you, it's a reminder that you still have to work hard for it. You can manifest it, you can, try to do some witchy spell in order to gain more abundance, but you still need to take the mundane steps, and you still need to work for what you are desiring and what you are trying to put together. All right, so whatever kind of form of abundance that you're looking for, like a free couch or a little extra finances, you're still going to have to work for it. All right, we can manifest till all our heart's content, but if we don't put the footwork in it, we're not going to get there, right? It takes a little bit of column A and column B. Okay, guys? All right, for your second week, we have the Page of Swords. All right. Page of Swords, you guys, time to take a little bit of a more kind of sheathed balance when it comes to dealing with others around you and dealing with a situation. Although you're used to being able to attack things ferociously and getting things done, this is going to take some time for you to kind of pull back, do some actual assessing of the situation before proceeding forward. I get the sense that a lot of you like to go in feet first, all right? However, if you go feet first, what's going to happen is that it's going to be chaos. So whatever the situation is, I'm picking up that due to the first week, we're looking at work again for the second. So I think you're going to have to take some time back and kind of get an idea of where you want to be headed in the terms of of career, whether that's going back to school, switching jobs, or perhaps even applying for a higher up position, all right, or even starting your own business. You're going to have to kind of sit back and think, plan, and deliberate what it is that you're wanting to do instead of just going for things like you normally would. All right, slow it on down and really look at your options. All right, and give them the time of thought that you need. Okay. For your third week, we have the Queen of Wands. All right. Now I get the feeling that this is more of a individual coming in for the third week. All right. Not so much like a mothering figure, but someone who is kind of close and very supportive to you. All right. They might be bringing forth some new perspectives or new ideas for you to look at in the line of what you would like to pursue. They might even open your eyes to different perspectives on your situation as well, but they're going to do so in a very nurturing way, and not so much as pushing you, but to kind of be like, hey, did you ever think about these possibilities? Did you ever think about maybe doing this instead? All right, so this person is trying to step in and be supportive of your decisions, but they're also trying to get you to look at things in a different perspective. All right, if that makes sense. And for your fourth week, we have the Three of Cups. All right. So a lot has been writing on the career front and everything, and you might be finding yourself maybe emotionally overwhelmed or stressed, okay, which is considerable. I mean, you've been trying to put everything into play, from manifesting to actually trying to figure out what you want to do in terms of seeking abundance, to getting perspectives from another person around you. All right, so maybe your emotions are a tad bit out of control. All right, and it's perfectly okay that during the end of that month is to kind of find a little bit of space for yourself and do a bit of recharging, a little bit of a mental break for you. Okay, I'm not talking about like a whole darn vacation, like a month vacation or something, but give yourself a couple of days just to kind of reboot the system, right? Because when we are overwhelmed by too many things on our plate, right, we're not going to do our best work or our best assessments about what we need to do when we're feeling emotionally drained and emotionally overwhelmed, right? So during that time, it would be a good idea to kind of take a little bit of a you time, all right? Recharge those batteries, all right? And I'm also hearing too is don't be concerned with what other people might be saying about what you are doing, okay? Don't be concerned about what their 2 cents are, because this feels like almost like these other people that are putting their 2 cents in, besides the Queen of Wands here, the people that are putting their 2 cents in are more like nitpicky or just trying to make you feel like bad about your situation instead of actually helping you. All right, so just be aware of that. All right, and do you. Once you find what you're looking for, I get the sense that things will be like a big sigh of relief okay? A big sigh, like you finally got through it. All right, so that's your month of June, guys. Alright, I don't know if I've done this deck on here or not. This is a newer deck gifted to me. It's called the Messages of the Mermaids. Yeah. Alright. So I like the artwork on these cards. They're really beautiful. Okay, we've got a month of working on ourselves here. Okay. So the first card that I have is acceptance. This is accepting all the situations that have been happening for you, and accepting that change is coming. Okay, instead of fighting against the tide, you want to go with the flow. All right. There's no point in fighting that flow, that tide, when it comes to change, because it's going to happen anyways, regardless. And acceptance is just one of those key things in order to transition a little bit more easily than trying to fight it. All right. So there's also going to have to be acceptance with letting go of certain people and letting go of those situations surrounding those people as well. Now, this could be referring to perhaps an argument that you had, or perhaps a traumatic experience that has happened. Okay, I'm not necessarily saying forgive. All right, forgiveness is important, though, at some point in time in our lives, or just being able to move forward from those situations instead of reliving them over and over again. All right, so you're coming to terms now where change is about to occur, and that acceptance is needed in order to have that change come forth. All right. Secondly, we've got mystery for you guys. All right. This is going to this acceptance that you're going through is going to pull forth mystery. And what that means is basically you're going to have to be going down deep to figure out different aspects of the self. All right. And this is what I mean by this looks like a whole month of working on yourself. All right. So, figuring out where your beliefs are, where your values are, where your morals are, figuring out what triggers you, what makes you happy, what makes you content, what makes you, upset, what you expect from others, and figuring out those boundaries, and as well. So while you're in that week, you're in a way doing contemplation work about who you are, where you see yourself going, as well as your emotional states and what you want to follow suit for on your path. And that's going to take you some time to kind of look at and assess, and to maybe be a good idea to even journal some of these ideas that you have, or questions that you have for yourself, and write down the answers. Okay, these answers that you're looking for are going to be key to your self-growth as an individual, right? Thirdly, we have trust, okay? Now I'm not talking about like trust in others, okay? And when it comes to this, this is talking about trusting yourself, all right? Oftentimes when we go to hold a boundary, there might be a couple times where we don't hold on to that boundary and let people step over it. There's a boundary there for a reason. You need to trust yourself as to why there's a boundary there. You need to trust yourself in your intuition and what you're doing, and what you're doing in mundane life, sorry. You need to trust in the guidance that you're receiving from universe, from your spirit team, okay? You need to trust that. And trusting yourself and knowing who you are as an individual and where your footsteps need to be going next, all right? So after all that working is said and done, by the end of the month we have hope, okay? So the hope that after all the stormy phases, there will be a nice bright light at the end, right? And that's something to hold on to, is hope. Hope is a very strong aspect and emotion that humans have in order to carry them forward. It's just the same, hope is a good drive for motivation and determination as well. The hope that things will be better as the days go forward, as the months go forward, okay? The hope is that by doing this self-work and self-growth, is that you'll come out stronger on the other side, trusting yourself more, trusting your intuition, right? And not relying on people that might have dragged you down before, all right? So that's the hope for you, right? Is being able to see all of that and see what you've accomplished and see that you are stronger than what you give yourself credit for. And lastly, we got the Wiccan Fairy Tarot.